Hi everyone, it's me Giovanni, and today I finally decided to make this video. I have been waiting for this ever since Tuesday, and I finally get to do it. Now, of course I didn't feel good yesterday, and it felt like a pain in my ass. But anyway, so this is, I put their YouTube channels in the last video that I did about Ludwig von Koopa, involving my ship of him and one of the Yandere Simulator rivals, Amai Odiyaka. And I'm gonna remake the Wappets in a Wappet story that I made years ago, and well, some other things as well, which I'm not sure if I want to do yet. But anyways, this is so basically Jackie Paz's original video, but Charles, her friend Charles Bunchinen show, is voicing her and Ludwig, which I think would be interesting, but I'm not gonna play the audio or turn up the volume because when men in grown adult voices try to voice female characters with a feminine voice, it goes completely not what you expect. Because, girls are girls and boys are boys. Men are mostly masculine. Women, they have a sweet softness to them. Some of them are feminine. Some of them are masculine. Some of them are both. Some of them are just ordinary, average. Not like any other girly, like feminine girly girl or any masculine tomboy. No, they're just average. Now, I checked on Jackie's, about herself on YouTube, and she's apparently 20 years old. She was born in November of 2003. Meanwhile, I was born in October, and I'm also 20 years old. Now, her channel, her favorite color's pink. My favorite color is blue. She likes gacha, gaming, art, her OCs, drawing, animations, listening to music, safe for work, and more. I like that as well. And she dislikes scammers, haters, fake friends, and people hurting her feelings. I also relate to that as well because, even nowadays with certain YouTubers who we used to love but now dislike because of their current content, someone that I know, and with my old friends no longer being in my life because some of them either just disappeared on me, or they just think I'm crazy, or they are just dumb. Yeah, there's just no way that I would be friends with them anymore. So, and yeah, maybe they are fake friends. I can probably relate to that. And our favorite characters that she's in love with are obviously Sonic the Hedgehog and Ludwig von Koopa. Maybe she probably has a thing with people with characters who have the color blue in them. Ludwig's blue hair and Sonic's blue fur. Whatever it is, I'm okay with it. But I will say this. Now, I said in my last video about him with Mai Odiaka that I've shipped them ever since 2017. Amai's character in the rival introduction video was released in 2016. Late 2016. And I shipped her and Ludwig in the summer of 2017. And when I remember the certain things that I used to do, especially the ship, I found myself drawn back to it in some way. I'm not sure why. But like I said earlier, I am gonna remake the old Wapetster that I did of their ship. It's now, I do want to say this. When I heard Jackie's voice, her actual voice reveal was just 2 times, just her singing, and Charles' impression of Ludwig sounds exactly sounds exactly like himself from like the Super Mario games. Well, maybe. But anyways, Jackie's voice, her like sweet and gentle voice, sounds exactly like mine. And I wondered to my, okay, this is kind of funny, but I wondered to myself, if I showed them my Odiaka / ex Ludwig von Koopa ship, I don't know how they would feel, especially since I just said that Jackie's voice sounds exactly like Amai. Because Amai's voice recently just reminds me of Fluttershy. And I can agree with it. And Charles' impression of Ludwig sounds exactly like him. So I wondered to myself if they would voice the characters, Amai and Ludwig. Okay, I don't know. Like I said in some videos of mine, I just ramble with anything that I say. Please don't hate me. I'm trying. But my God, I checked Jackie's. The only playlist that she has is music. But not just any music. Romantic, sexy music. And I'm just like, oh my Lord. So, I forgot to mention that Amai and Ludwig's relationship, kind of similar to two of my characters, Quinzel Schmidt and Richard Hayes, Amai's relationship with Ludwig would be conservative, non-sexual, and oh Lord, let's just say when they meet, they just instantly are drawn to each other. I just can't help that Ludwig looks so oddly charming and unique. And Ludwig can't help himself but feel drawn to Amai and her sweet, lovable personality and her cooking and baking. And in a way, it would remind him somewhat about how Bowser is in love with Princess Peach, of how Princess Peach is similarly has a sweet, gentle voice and she likes cooking and baking. And how she's so nice. But Amai is different, especially in her appearance. Her appearance is that she actually has light brown hair and mint green eyes. And her accessories, her bonnet or like hat, handkerchief thing, her apron and her stocking, like the stripes of her stockings, are also mint green. So her favorite color, her color would be mint green. Meanwhile, Ludwig's color is blue, to be rather obvious. Now, I was thinking about how Amai would have this dream where she's in the Koopa, where she is in Bowser's castle, and she hears Ludwig playing the piano to a piece of music from an old horror game called Madfather that has recently become popular on TikTok. Well, because of course, um, a remade song, Old Doll by Blueria San, whatever. But it's a creepy piano like tune, and there was one video where it said in the title that it's good for relaxation, but I can possibly tell you that it's not. It's creepy, really creepy, but it's so good. But anyways, so Amai would have this dream where she wakes up in Bowser's castle. She hears Ludwig playing the piano of the Old Doll song, and she runs around the castle trying to find him. She then, for some reason, I decided to add this when I first saw Jackie Pans and Charles Buncham show. So, Ludwig would have a girl, Jackie, captured in a dungeon. And, with the power of voodoo magic, Amai would dance, and Amai would coincidentally break the girl's bones, twist the body, and the girl would collapse and die. She would die. And Amai would have no idea about it. It would just be a bad or weird dream to her. I mean, whatever it is. I also want, like I said in my new Wattpad story of the ship, that I want to remake the old stories and add new ones, because the last stories that I did on the original Wattpad story were short, pretty basic, not as interesting, and just involved Amai or Ludwig hanging out, having food, Amai cooking or baking him stuff. It's whatever. But I actually wanted to remake it because I was actually thinking about some things, like the Yandere Simulator rival concepts, and I actually now want to add them to the story to make it way more interesting than I would have thought of back then. So, yeah. Anyways, that's all for now. See you in the next video. Bye!